Hi, my name is Chuck Gafford, and I've developed a series of PowerPoints and training based on core solutions of Exchange Server 2013 to help you with not only passing the test, but also to have some foundational knowledge to be able to be an Exchange 2013 administrator or engineer or possibly an architect. This video will cover the concepts and objectives to take the core solutions of Exchange Server 2013 for the exam, and later on a second video will be developed that will cover objectives for advanced solutions of Exchange Server 2013. For myself, I have multiple certifications. My most recent certifications are 4 of the latest Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert certifications. I'm a up-to-date MCSE in server infrastructure, Windows 2012, in Exchange messaging for Exchange 2013, in communication for Lync 2013, and System Center / Private Cloud for System Center 2012. Other certifications I have is the MCSE and MCITP for older versions of Microsoft Active Directory and Exchange or Windows servers. I'm a VMware vSphere certified professional, VCP 3, 4, and 5. I've been certified in ITIL Foundations. At one point it mattered that I was a master CNE in Novell infrastructure. Since that time of Novell, they've went and bought out SUSE Linux and become a Linux provider more than anything else. So it's not as much relevant except when we're doing Novell, a directory, migrations to Active Directory and group-wise migrations to Exchange Server. I've done the CompTIA plus Network plus Security plus INET plus certifications. I've been a Microsoft certified trainer since 1999, a really long time, and occasionally have done courses doing the official Microsoft courseware, or the MOOC as we call it for short. Technically I am renewing my MCT in June because I taught a course that was essentially training for someone at a corporate site. It took me a while to get through Microsoft to get a blessing, approval, and the proper paperwork for being able to renew my MCT, which I'll be doing in another couple weeks. The only pain in that is that they've doubled their costs. It's now $800 a year instead of $400, but that's the price of maintaining the MCT these days. It used to be $400 a year. So I have the MCT certification and will renew very shortly. I've taught at multiple training centers and companies that do training or specialize in training. I'm a former adjunct at Columbia University, Temple University Center of Advanced Technologies, and the University of Baltimore, as well as some other schools. I've been a presenter for Microsoft in multiple cities, including New York, Minneapolis, and then several cities in Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, and Canberra, to name a few. I've worked as a senior architect or consultant for companies like Dell, Quest, EMC, and Unisys. I've served clients that include the Fortune 500, various government entities, and in multiple vertical industry segments. I developed previously a 5-day Exchange 2010 course, and I've specialized primarily in migration projects, although I also have worked in other types of projects. Now on certifications, the MCP, the Microsoft Certified Professional, is achieved by just completing a single Microsoft exam. So if you take the Exchange Server 2013 Core Solutions exam, that's the one that you're prepping for at this course possibly, that would make you an MCP. The MCSE is achieved in Exchange 2013 by taking 3 core Windows 2012 exams and 2 Exchange exams that are included with this video course, this particular one and one other. The MCITP and MCTS certifications are now replaced with MCSE, MCSA, and MCP exams. So Microsoft is going back to the old acronyms for certifications. The MCITP is this Microsoft Certified IT Professional, MCTS is the Microsoft Certified Technology Specialist, and now it's MCSA is Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate, Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert, and the Microsoft Certified Professional, which stays the same. So hopefully you're not confused by the certification alphabet soup. So for the MCSE, you would have to take 3 core Windows 2012 exams And in fact, these core Windows 2012 server exams are required for anyone getting a current MCSE. These 3 courses and exams are installing and configuring Windows Server 2012. That's exam 70-410. Next is administrating Windows Server 2012, which is exam 70-411. The third one is configuring advanced Windows Server 2012 services, which is 70-412. Now, in some cases, if you have an advanced certification, and you have to look those up on TechNet for the list of them rather than me going through each one of those, there is the possibility you can take one exam. It's a 3-for-1 exam. It's a little bit scary when you go take that 3-for-1 exam. I was fortunate to pass it the first time. And you have to pass 3 sections of about a 60-question exam that has 20-some-odd questions for each. And you have to pass each of the 3 sections successfully to be given an MCSA with the value of the 3 exams in one test. So I was very happy when I passed that one. I got 800s or something on each of the sections, so I wasn't even close to missing. So that was a good day because that meant I didn't have to go back and study for 3 exams again and another trial, or even decide to try to take them individually. So that, and it saves quite a bit of money. Each of the Microsoft exams are now $150 or so a piece. Now, if you're an MCT and up to date, you get them for half price at $75. Sometimes you can get a voucher through your company, or maybe your manager will pay for it for the exams if you're taking these exams. Certainly it will benefit your company if you're doing this. So those are the 3 exams to get the MCSA, and then you would have 2 exams for each category you want to get the MCSE in. So for Exchange Messaging for 2013, you have the Core Solutions and the Advanced Solutions exams. Next, if you're studying for the Microsoft exams, there are multiple articles and guide that can be downloaded from TechNet that are things you can read, even things you can download. If you can get the Exchange 2013, what we call the CHM file, that's a file that's a help file. It would be extremely helpful for you to have. I'd recommend you go to TechNet and download that file, which you can put as just a simple file on your desktop or laptop. And then you can look up and search for migration questions or design questions, or how to install things, how to configure things in Exchange. Though that information is in that file. It's a really great file. It's basically the help file you could access within Exchange Server 2013. There's a number of Exchange blogs, and be very careful which blogs you go to. If you go to one that's for the Exchange team, as we call it, people that are actually doing Microsoft Exchange and are the team that work closely with Microsoft, most of those blogs you can trust a little more than some other blogs. Anyone can post a web blog, and you have to just verify that the information on a blog is correct. There can be some blogs that will provide you with a detailed step-by-step process, screenshot by screenshot of configuration and installation. It's very helpful. Now, there's a quote in bold from one of the Microsoft exam sections that I want to quote to you to remember. If you're studying for exam, it's a good idea to review the exam objectives for that particular exam you're taking, okay? And there is an equivalent Microsoft course for each exam that you'd be taking, but please note that the exams do not correlate directly to the course, the official course, and it's better for you to take this course anyway that preps you for the exam. But there is a course, official Microsoft course for Core Solutions. It's very expensive, but you can take that course and not pass the exam and not have what you need to pass the exam. So heads up, they don't correlate the exam with the course. And then in terms of the questions, Microsoft says, quotes, "Please note that the questions may test on, but will not be limited to the topics described in the bulleted text." So when it goes through and says in the objectives for the course, know what a DAG is, know what this and that is, know how certain things work, okay, they can ask you questions outside of those areas. But the objectives are a good thing to go through and read and study and make sure you're familiar with those as a good studying point, a good starting point as well after you finish this course. But that's an important note. They can ask you something that's not in the objectives. which may not seem fair, but that can happen. Something you will want to do is, even if you don't have Exchange Server 2013, you should download and install the 180-day evaluation copy of Exchange Server 2013, which you can use. So that's 180 days is about 4.5 months or so. So that's a pretty good period of time. And that way you can know how to install and configure Exchange from your own practical experience. So build a virtual system. It can run on Hyper-V. It could be on VMware. For about $300, you can get VMware Workstation, which is a very good product. I like to use that for a lot of my work. VMware Workstation is very similar to VMware Server, or the server side, and you can actually copy VMs, virtual machines, up to it if you need to. But that system will allow you to emulate Exchange. You would need to also have a copy of Windows 2008 R2 SP1 for the operating system, and have at least one domain controller built with the global catalog server to install Exchange and follow all those prerequisites we talked about in an earlier module. So create your own Exchange environment, even if it's a single server Exchange CAS mailbox server. And you need the domain controller to have DNS installed for this to work.